Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Crafters TV. It is Wednesday. It's a Wednesday afternoon here in the UK. I'm sure it's the morning if you're across in the States. It means it's time for Creative Cravings. Creative Cravings is that one show every week we kind of take it back to basics a little bit. And it's a great chance as well, if you've got any questions whatsoever, to get them in to us. We can all learn together, which is absolutely fantastic. So any questions that you've got across the show, I am monitoring the conversation over on the Crafters TV Facebook page, so that is where you can get your questions in to me. If you want to send us anything you've been making, we'd love to see that as well. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send that into. The Crafty Clinic is open, and it's Dr. Laird in the house this afternoon. How are you, Craig?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much. Good to be here again. Later on today, we had masterclass earlier on, midweek, although we both keep thinking it's Monday. Quite a lot of the guys and girls in the office are thinking it's Monday as well. I don't know what it is, but we're all in this Monday mode on a Wednesday.
Absolutely. Everyone's got that Monday feeling, which is normally, I've definitely got that Monday feeling. Apparently this card's upside down, but I've stuck it all on the wrong way around. So it's going to have to stay like that, I'm afraid. I mean, there's just nothing I can do about it. It is going to frustrate my director, Daniel, no end. Because it is the third card, so that's it. It's going to stay like that for the whole show now. So my apologies. Loads of you tuning in already and saying hello. There's loads of great deals coming up in the show, so make sure you stick around for those. Rochelle's here in Florida. I see Fran's in Florida. Everyone's in Florida today, enjoying the sunshine, it would seem. Ruth's in from Devon. I see Diana's here from Indiana. Lynn in Essex saying hello. Anne in Connecticut is also here as well. Any questions, as I said, make sure you get them into me as we go through the show. Now there's loads on, so we're going to dive in and get started, as we always do, with our hero tool on a Wednesday, because the hero tool is that one item we think that you really can't live without. But it's only available, of course, in your Creative Craving show, but only for 24 hours as well. So if you want it, you'll have to be quick for it. And it's basically the hero tool is us bringing you something that we think is an absolute necessity and an essential in your crafting stash, but we're giving you a great price on it as well. So today, it's this one here, Spectrum Noir Square Blending Tool, refill, and also the craft mat as well. So in here, you're going to get the squares, and you're going to get the refills as well, which is fantastic. You get 10 of them. And you're also going to get the craft mat included in there as well, which is fantastic. So you get all three of those, which is brilliant. It should be $21.95. However, £15 or $20. You do get the round one as well, was that? And you get the round one as well. Wow, I mean, we're practically giving it away, Johnny. I don't think you need to check this. £15, $20 gets you all four there. So you get the round one, you get the square with the refills, and you get the craft mat as well. Really, really brilliant to get them on that low price. But remember, only hangs around for 24 hours, that deal. So I can't show it to you for too long. I'm going to put it over there, out of the way, whilst we get into some of the brilliant stuff that's coming up in the show. Now, launched these a few weeks ago here on Crafters TV, and they were so incredibly busy. It is all of our quirky Christmas sentiment. So you can see here exactly what you'll get. I'm going to take you through them so you can see all of them in great detail. And it's a great price on these as well. So you've got Merry Christmas. You've got Naughty is the new nice, which is this one just here. The next one you've got is Keep Calm and Get Your Ho 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 on. Some of these have actually got two in each one of these as well. So this one has got two. So you can see you can create the positive and you can create the negative there as well. You've got Santa's Favourite, which is this one just here. We've got It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas everywhere you go. And again, this one has got the positive and the negative. So it's two stamps in there. And the same for this next one. Some things are worth melting for. We've then got another one here. I like this one. This one says, it's not what's under the tree. Let me get this right. It's not what's under the tree that matters. It's who's gathered around it. How gorgeous is that? Sorry, Santa, but naughty just feels so nice, doesn't it indeed? Sweet but twisted. Does that make me a candy cane? That's what this one says just here. And then also the last one. I think this might be my absolute favourite. I love how much of these have been the heat embossed as well. Don't get your tinsel in a twist. Absolutely do not. You can get all of those. Sorry?
Tinsel in a tangle.
In a tangle. Oh, I've obviously got my tinsel in a twist, haven't I? Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. £21, $29 if you want to get all of them, which is fantastic. A great saving there. So you get 20% off of those, which is absolutely brilliant. Right, a great deal up next for you on the window dies. Now, we've got a fantastic deal on these. If you buy the whole collection of these, you can actually get the double-sided plates for half price, and I'll take you through what those are in just a second. Let me run you through the options. These are great because they're double-sided dies, and what they do is they cut your mat and your layer in one pass, which is fantastic. Now, what you've got here, of course, as you can see, you've got the mat and then the top layer that goes on there. So this one is your cherry blossom, just here. Always such an iconic scene. I'd love to go to Japan and see the cherry blossom in March. This one here is your lily, which is my favourite flower. I like that you've got these panel lines behind it as well, so it gives you something really quite different. It gives it a very modern feel, which is nice. This one here, this is your peony. That's our boss's favourite flower. If ever you are in trouble, peonies always makes it better apparently when it comes to Sarah, so just so you know. This one here, again, you can see you've got your mat and you've got your layer on there too. Great for a whole host of different techniques these as well, stained glass window techniques. I know I say it a lot, but they would make lovely tags. You've got the rose window on here too. This one is one of those, I think you get really abstract with those colourways there. And the next one you've got here is your tulip window, which is beautiful. And then finally, the last one is the water lily window that you've got there as well, so you can get all of them for that great price on your screen. The great thing is, of course, you can use a Club Inspired discount on top of that. Platinum members in the UK, you'll be getting another £22 off of that. Platinum members in the US, you'll be getting an extra $24 off of that. What you can also do as well, whether you're going for the large ones or for the small ones, so the junior or your large Gemini, pop your double-sided plates in the basket with that product right there, and you'll get them for half price. So you'll only pay half of that. That is the Gemini, and then we also have them available for the Gemini Junior as well. So definitely stock up on those, which is brilliant. There's so much more coming up on the show, which we'll show you as we go through. It's your Essentials collection of Centura Pearl. This is a really great one. You've got cherry, fuchsia, let's try that again, fuchsia, canary, black and Christmas green in there. 5 of our most popular colourways, gives you 50 sheets in total for £11 or $16. That is great, a great deal. I know that lots of you will be multi-ordering on that one. We've got more sentiment stamps on the show. It seems like it's the show of the sentiment stamps today. It's been a whole day for stamping, really, isn't it? These are fantastic. These are kind of inspirational, a little bit sassy, a little bit quirky. 1743 or 2065 gets you all 10 of those. Again, a really, really great value acrylic stamp set, which you'll be seeing demonstrated a little bit later in the show. Some great sparkle pens on the show for you as well. This one's brilliant because in here you're going to be getting, you're going to get your floral garden. You've also got the nature trail, coastal cottage, and you've got your spring summer in there as well. I'll show you those in more detail as we go through the show. Now, something else we should I try that again? I can't talk. I think I've got a friend's dentures in today, Craig. Something else that we recently launched here on the channel are the Gemini dimensional decorative boxes. These are fantastic. They make your milk carton box, your picnic box, and they also make your infinity box as well. And you get all the decorating dies that you need to go with them too. They're a beautiful, beautiful collection, those. £80, $96. We'll be showing you that in more detail a little bit later in this show. Right, loads of you still commenting away over on Facebook. Don't forget, it's that one show you can really get your questions in today, which is fantastic. So we want to know what you want to know. Apparently I'm a royal court... Hi, Craig, with a king crown on, and Joe, who's the royal court jester. I'll take that as a compliment. But loads of you tuning in from all over today, saying hello. Oh, Lynn Harvey says, question, what treats has Craig got with him today? What treats you got that there?
If you're on Instagram, go out and check my recent Insta story. It's actually on there. Oh. And if you're not, we'll tell you later on.
Secretive, very secretive. Tammy says, how was your mini vacation? It was absolutely lovely. I really, really loved it. I'll show you some pictures a little bit later, actually. Julie says, I want to know everything, simply. Well, where could we start? Julie wants to know everything, Craig. About everything.
We start?
I don't know. Let's start at the very beginning. Anyway, keep getting your questions in. Craig, what you got planned for us in the show today? What can we get excited about? What can we look forward to over the next couple of hours?
Well, we have got a good selection of stamping. We've got die cutting, maybe a bit of embossing. We're going to go back and revisit a few things or a few products that we used in masterclass, but on a completely different demo. So you might see the sparkle pens again. Yeah, a nice, a very good selection. Yeah, we're going to use the double-sided dies. All going well, we'll use the boxes. We'll use the milk carton. So yeah, a nice selection of goodies today.
Loads to look forward to. So what do you fancy kicking us off with then, Craig?
Well, you see, whenever Christmas is given to me as an option, that will always win hands down when it comes to starting. So let's do that. Let's start with Christmas. Let's start with the quirky Christmas sentiments. And we're going to use the sweet but twisted. Does that make me a candy cane? So that is the one that we are going to use, which is this one just here. Good sizable stamps that all of them are. So I thought what we can do is let's dive straight in. We're going to make it onto a circle easel card. So although it's an easel card, it just reminds me, I'm not going to show you the finished result just yet. I do have one already done, but it reminds me a bit of a bauble. So you could change it in many different ways, maybe have it hanging or that. But anyway, let's crack straight on. So we've got the stamps. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pop that just within the middle. It doesn't have to be in the middle, but it is makes it easier just to line up within the centre. So I've just taken one of our nested circles. So this is our scalloped nested circles. And then I'm going to use our flagstone, the alcohol proof, because we're going to colour just a wee bit within the actual design with our tri-blend pens. And I don't want an overly harsh line when it comes to the black for this one. So this is why I'm going to use the flagstone, which is quite a deep grey. So I'm just giving that a good stamp. And then what I'm going to do is let's bring in my stamping mat. And we'll bring that one in. And then we're going to go just over the top. So let's just give that just another bit of a stamp. And then I'm going to pop this within the centre. So let's try and go right within the middle that we can. And then when I'm happy, I'm just going to press to commit. And then I've got a couple of my tri-blend pens just to the side of me. But of course you could be using your Classique, your Illustrators, your sparkle pens, your sparkle pots with your paint brushes, anything like that. But then we have got this really cute sentiment that stamps out. You can see just there. So what I'm going to do is, let's move that one out the way. And then I've got a wee bit of card just to sit this in. So what you'll find is some of these stamps actually have some really nice wee areas that you can colour in. You don't need to do a lot of colouring with them, but it gives you the option to just add a wee bit. So for this one, I'm just going to use my red, so dark red blend. Keeping in mind, tri-blend, you get your dark, light and then mid. So do check out the website for all the tri-blends and pens, and gold brown as well. So let's just go within the candy cane. Now I'm not going to use the tri-blend pens as they are intended when it comes to blending and shading. What I'm just going to do is just using the one, I'm just going to add just a wee bit of colour within the candy cane. So I'm just doing every second one. So the one that's already got the wee black lines there for you, I'm leaving that as it is. Well, I say black, it's obviously a dark grey, and then that just acts as the shadow. So I'm just going to pop that in there, and then I'm just going to take the lightest end. So all that I'll just do is let's just colour all of this one in. So again, this is the lightest end, and you can, because you've got this really nice swirly banner, you can of course use the tri-blend pens as they're intended and do your blending and shading, and that would look really nice because you've got all these nice curved edges. But I'm not, I am just going to use it as it is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the blending tools in the foam that Joe was showing you just not that long ago, right at the start. And we're going to use one of them just around the edges. So let's pop that
Very
one.
busy already on these stamps, Craig. The big collection is very, very busy already. Lots of you jumped and got them. 10% actually of the stock has already gone. We've only been live, what, 15 minutes? So having a very, very busy start to the show. And I can understand why they're so usable, these, Craig, aren't they?
They're so usable. And sometimes you think sentiments are used for maybe like inserts, but of course having these with a nice sizable size, they are actually the focal point on your card, and that's what you want. It just means that you can make really nice and quirky cards, hence the name of them being quirky, but you can make quite a lot of them all in once, because obviously at Christmas time we make and give or sell more cards at Christmas time than any other time of the year. So what I'm then also just going to do it, I'm just going to do a bit of blending. You can of course do it on the glass mat, but as you see time and time again, I do use my non-stick heat-proof mat because it's easy and quicker just to lift it up and move it out the way for cleaning. So I'm just going to pop that there. Let's bring in our stamp sentiment again. I've got our Harmony Water Reactive ink pad, so I've got the Friar Brown. So all that I'm just going to do is pick that colour up just onto my ink pad, and then I'm just going to blend just round the edges. So let's just pick this one up round the corner. So nothing detailed, nothing specific. All that I just want to do is, instead of having the white all the way around, I just want to pick out the edges and just add a bit of colour on. And then also, if you kind of frame it with a bit of colour, blend in colour, it kind of pulls the eye into the centre, which therefore is pulling your eye in to the sentiment. So let's then just leave it like that. Nothing much, nothing detailed, but straight away already you can see how it can look a bit different just by adding a bit of colour to it. So let's just move that one out the way. Then I have got just a couple of circles that I've already pre-die cut, and of course got to have the foam pads, although I will at some point during the next couple of hours. I've had, seems to be a bit of a coincidence, over the last few days I've had a number of ladies asking, how exactly do you fill up your syringe when it comes to your Collal glue gel? And I told Joe earlier on, and Joe says, well, funny if I had another lady asking me as well. So later on, what we're going to do just very quickly is we will just show you how easy it is just to fill up your syringe if you do like to use your glue gel. So we've now got our layers, and I've also got another circle that I just used, one of our embossing folders, and all that I'm just going to do, that's going to go into the base. So let's just add some tape, and that's going to go on the bottom. And what we're going to do as well, bring in a ribbon. Let's just stick that one down. Bring in a ribbon, and then that's going to be used as the topper or the stopper for your easel card. So bringing in the one we've already done just here. So let's pop that one within the bottom.
Mariah has got these home already, Craig. She's been using, she had fun last night using these, created her first easel twist card, which was easier than she feared, which is good. Which one have you been using? I'd love to know what your favourites are, those of you that have already got these.
Yeah.
Susan says, I've told my husband to start calling me Candy Cane. He was already calling me Twisted. He'd just forgotten the sweet part. Fair enough.
You see, when I hear the word candy cane, I just think of a certain horror that's out there.
Oh, I don't know what that horror is.
Is it? It's
What one is it?
Roadkill. I think it's Roadkill, and it's about two friends. They're in their car. They're travelling across America, and yes, a big man in a lorry comes chasing them, tailing them all the way.
I don't watch horror films, you know.
And he calls them candy cane. Yeah,
I get a bit scared.
But I do love a horror. But look at that, quick and simple. All that you would then just do is add maybe a tie or a gem or that to the bottom to create a stopper. Let's bring in this one that we've done earlier on, and then this is where I just added the actual bow at the bottom. That creates a sentiment, and I've just added wee gems within there. So it doesn't take a lot, but really look how fun that a wee card like that is, and who wouldn't love receiving something like that?
Absolutely beautiful. What a really, really quick but effective card, especially if you have a lot of cards to make. These are going to make that very, very simple. Let me just run through what you get as well. Let me show you some of the finished projects that we've got here. So you can see this one here is your Merry Christmas. Naughty is the New Nice, is this one just here. What you've also then got is this one, which is Keep Calm and Get Your Ho 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 On, which is that one there. I'm Santa's Favourite is that one there. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I love that one there with the snow globe. The Cute Penguin is also coming in. Some things are worth melting for. This one's quite nice, quite a sentimental one. It's not what's under the tree that matters, but who's around it. And then you've also got Sorry Santa, but Naughty feels so nice. Sweet but Twisted, just does that make me a candy cane? That was the one that Craig just done. You can really see the difference there depending on how you colour it up and the context in which you use it. Craig's card, of course, looked very, very different. That's one of the benefits about stamps, is that you can do so much with them. And then the other one here, Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle, is that one there. Love what someone's done there with that. Very, very ornate. And lacy dye that they've used that onto. £21 to get all of them, or $29, which is great price. You're looking at what, £2.10 per stamp set, $2.90 per stamp set. Already 10% of the stock has gone in this show, so very, very busy. We're going to go back to the window dies. I've showed you the boards already. What I'm going to do is I'll just show you one of the boards so you can see exactly how they go together and how they work. So what you've got here is your double-sided die, which is going to create this element here and this element here, and then you sandwich them together to create this. The great thing I think about this is the amount of open space that you've got, because it means you've created an aperture. So if you want to put different textures of cardstock behind there, you want to put acetate and colour it behind there, you want to use things like your vellums behind that, of course you're going to be able to do all those different things and get a really different look and feel every time that you use these. I want to take you through some of the finished projects that have been made using them as well, because they really are beautiful. This one here, this one is your cherry blossom, I believe. This one just here is your cherry blossom indeed. Then this one here is your lily that you can see. Really beautiful, done in the pinks and whites. I think that is gorgeous. Actually, that make a lovely new baby card. No, it's a special friend. That's got an acetate backing on it there as well. This one here is the roses. Now, the rose is great because it's coming in so many different colours. You can have loads of fun putting this together, all the different colour combos. Again, someone's used acetate there in that one. You don't need to use anything if you don't want to. It's completely up to you. The next one that we've got just here, this one is the tulip that you can see there. And again, really, really lovely card there. Oh, Craig, what's that style of card called? It's like a stepper easel.
Stepper easel.
It's like it's got like a bit stuck. It's like got a topper stuck on it. I've not seen one like that before. Have you?
No, I've not actually.
Really,
no, it's fancy style.
Really, really love that one.
Really
it's absolutely
nice.
beautiful. What you notice about these as well, all of these, is that they don't really have too much more added to them because, of course, they are quite simple in the design. Simple but very, very effective, which is fantastic. That one there's your water lily, and then you've got your peony, which is this one just here as well. So you can see all of those there, and that's a lovely easel that you've got there. Really, really beautiful. Very simplistic in their style, but I think that's why they are so effective. Don't forget as well, what you can also get, of course, are your double-sided plates. Now, if you've always thought about going for double-sided dies and you thought, oh yes, but you know, you've seen it and you just never taken the leap, maybe today's the day, because you can get the plates that accompany the double-sided die half price today, which is fantastic. So you only pay half of that. You pay $6.50 if you're in the UK, and you'll pay what? $8.50-ish if you're in the US. So a great day maybe to stock up, or might be a great day to try our double-sided dies for the first time. How's everyone doing today, says Eleanor. I'm doing great, Eleanor. I hope you are too. A lot of you talking about how you fill your syringe up as well. Oh, it's called Joyride, apparently, that film, Craig.
Is that what
it's
it
a
is?
good, scary movie.
Roadkill, is that an old one with Kirk Douglas, is it?
Oh, I'm not
I
sure.
can't remember, but Joyride, I know, yep.
Beverly just wants to give customer services a shout out because they are awesome. We always like it when you do that. Oh, Christine's talking about Mariah's card that she made as well. Did you want me to give you a heads up about that card stock? Oh, I'll show you a picture of it. Here it is. And now you've got all of your different card stocks here. So they're 10 packs, which is great. You're going to get 5 of them, so 50 sheets in total. You get a quarter off, £11 or $16 there. And in there you've got cherry, fuchsia, canary, black and Christmas green. So a really, really nice combination of colours there. It's a good all-round versatile card weight as well. So you can use it for lots of different things. 10% of the stock of that now has already gone as well. We're having a very, very busy Wednesday evening. I'm thinking, Craig, would this go well with your double-sided windows, those coloured card stocks?
Absolutely, yeah, of course we will. So it's 310 GSM, so absolutely use it as a card blank if you want, or of course you can emboss with it, you can die cut it, you can die cut with your double-sided dies, so there really isn't anything that you can't do with it. You can foil onto it as well, and the good thing with that I like about it is it's actually got a white core, so that just means that if you like to sand it back, we've done that on one of our demos, I think it was last week, with one of our Christmas embossing folders. We embossed it, just sanded it back, and it lifts up the colour, and you've got that whiteness underneath, and that can look quite elegant as well. So, yes, you absolutely can. But talking about the double-sided window dies, that's exactly what we're going to move on to next. And we're going to be showing you how you can obviously make a card, but really quick and simple. Nothing over the top, nothing detailed, keeping it simple as to how they're intended. So your double-sided window dies, you will need your 2 cutting plates. So I'm using the Gemini Junior, so my 2 cutting plates for the Junior. And you'll also need your 2 extra tough plates. I call them the mint plates, but these are the ones you need for your double-sided dies. And then when it comes to anything larger, when it comes to anything that's large,
Are you right there, Craig? Let's just take a minute.
It's that Monday feeling on a Wednesday.
It's fine, honestly. You know, let's just take a moment. Should we just have 20 seconds just of silence, just for a moment? Let's just take 10 seconds just to recoup.
No, because 20 seconds is a lot of time
That's
in
fine.
demo
Right.
time.
Let's just
take 20 seconds,
take 10
and I will
seconds,
carry
it'll be
on then. So these, when it comes to your double-sided dies, the big ones, I always add in my metal shim just to give that a bit of extra oomph and pressure. So let's bring in the rose window. So what I'm going to do is we've got our base cutting plate and we've got our extra tough mint plate. So I've got some cardstock. This is just texture cardstock that I had all ready to go. So I've got red and I've got pink. Now on each side it's double-sided because it's exactly it, double-sided. And they've been patented by us at Crafters Companion. So you're only going to find double-sided dies from us. So you will find that one side has a lot more detail than the other. So you just have a look to see what side that you want to be your base and what needs to be the top. So I can see this one here has a lot of detail. So I know that I want that to be my red, and then the layer underneath a bit less, so I want that to be my pink. So what I'm going to do is pop my red cardstock down, and then the side that I want to be red, I'm just going to pop that into place. Now I've cut this exactly to size, but there's an outside die all the way around, outside line, so that just means that will cut out your card. And then now what I want to do is I want to put my pink layer just over the top. I'm then going to bring in my next plate, and then we're then going to bring in my metal shim, and then we're going to pop that one just over the top. Now, I did also have a question when it comes to the double-sided dies, just earlier on my Facebook actually. I think it came through the other day, but with myself away at Crating Craft, didn't get it till this morning. Someone was saying on one of the packaging, it says that you can only use your junior plates with the junior machine. And the question was, well, can I not use them in the large machine? Absolutely. What the packaging just means is other die cutting machines. So yes, you can use your junior plates with your large Gemini machine. You just obviously turn it the other way. Or same goes for these A5 plates. You can use them with your A4 machine, just obviously have them towards the top. So you can do, no problem at all.
Perfect. I think that's more towards other brands, is it, Craig?
Yeah, it is. It's just when it comes to other die cutting machines.
Wonderful.
So.
Lots of people saying how much they love our double-sided dies. Cecilia saying she loves them. Rosalind's got half an eye on us and half an eye on Safari Live, and the amount of things that she ends up talking about in the comments, you just wouldn't believe. But lots of people talking about horror films. When I know talk about horror films, I'm not a fan of horror films.
Oh, I am. Absolutely. Boy, always my favourite. Always my favourite genre. So where we've gone there is just popped everything out. So I've popped all the bits out on that one. So then all that I'm just going to do is turning it over, and let's take out the next one. So I'm just going to just lightly rub or massage with my fingers, and all these bits are just going to just pop out really easily. Now you can use your die release tool if you so wish, but like I say, they do pop out with ease, and all that I'm just going to do is go in with my wee pokey tool and just poke out all of these little bits. So just popping them out, and then it enables us to actually layer them on top. So when it comes to layering them on top, you can obviously use your tacky glue, you can use your dotty tape runner, but guess what, Joe?
Oh, what else could you use?
Someone's returned.
Returned?
Someone's returned for Creative Cravings.
What has? Oh, yes!
She's back!
Brenda!
Yay! Brenda's back! So what I'm just going to do is use our permanent adhesive spray. So what I'm going to do is, you'll be able to see, so we've got our two layers now. So what will happen is that means that the green layer, where's green come from? The red layer will lay on top of the pink layer. So what I'm just going to do is get my adhesive spray. Let's bring Brenda to the back slightly. And then I'm just going to give it some short, sharp bursts of adhesive. So we're just going to sharply pop that all the way across. Just leave that for a few seconds or so, just to let that evaporate slightly, and then that just be extra sticky. And then what we're just going to do is just layer that over the top. So I'm just going to match that frame up from side to side, And then when I'm happy, I'm just going to press all the rest. That will lay over the top. And then what's happening is the red layer is picking out all that detail. So it's kind of giving it a shadow. It's shadowing in all the places that you may think there would be one. So then what I'm going to do is just press that into place. So I've just got a couple of layers just layered up here. So let's just take this white layer just onto the black. And then what we'll do is we'll get Brenda again. And
there's a bit of controversy going down in the comments. Some people think that Brenda is not the original Brenda that we have. Christine says, did you wash her? She looked very sticky and worn out last time I seen her. Other people are saying, is it a new Brenda or is it the original Brenda? Will the real Brenda, the spray booth, please stand up, is what someone else has put in the comments.
That's her.
It's
That's
the original Brenda.
Definitely the original one. So once again now, on the back of that one, just sharp bursts. And then we're just going to pop that one onto our white layer here. And then all you would just need to do is just come along with a sentiment and a card blank and popping that on. So if we just pop that one on just there.
For any of our American friends that can't get hold of how our spray adhesives very easily, Craig, what glue would you use if you were going to use another glue? What would you use with this?
So for a fine detail like that, I would use our tacky glue, our Collal tacky glue with the fine nib. You get the small applicator bottles. You can check out the website for them. But obviously, if maybe you don't have a lot of patience like I do, popping the glue over all the back of the layers, then you can get our dotty tape runners. And then that just means just quickly run over the back and then the adhesive dots will just stick into the layer. So if you can't get a hold of the spray in the States, then that's another one that you can use to layer up your layers. So that's what we've just done, just there. So then there is with your white layer over the back. But then if I then bring this one in, it's already been done, just with a sentiment on the top, but with a black layer, and then that gives you your card blank. So a really quick and simple, but it just shows off how you can actually use the window dies.
Yeah, they are brilliant. I think that's the great thing about them. If you're batch making, Craig, they've got to be perfect for that, haven't they?
Absolutely, yeah, because you really can do so much. You can get them done so quick just by cutting your cardstock to size and then just keep popping them through. And you don't even need to assemble them straight away. If you've got an evening or an afternoon or a couple of hours, just die cut loads of them time and time again, and then you know at least you've got them there ready to go. Bit of spray or the tape runner, sentiment, and that's it.
Fantastic. Getting very, very busy on those now. Loads of comment. Sharon says she wants to have a gentleman's day with Craig, Joe and Derek presenting all day. That sounds like quite a fun day. I think you'll agree. Poor Brenda, says Mary. And Christine says, oh no, now I've seen her. Yep, still sticky. Talking about Brenda. Lots of you talking about what you've got on order as well, which is fantastic. Very, very busy there on those. Do you want me just to recap everything you get in there? So you're going to get all of it. It's a full collection, which is wonderful. It's lovely to be able to get the full collection and, you know that you've got absolutely all of them. You've got the lot, which is fantastic. So you've got this one here, which is a cherry blossom, firstly. I love this one done in the pinks and blacks. It's really, really beautiful. Play around not only with the colour combos, but also with the colours that sit behind these is going to give you lots to do as well. You've got the lily window in there, which is brilliant. Love that. Love it. You've got some closed lilies and some open lilies. I love these stripes as well in the background layer. I feel like that's got like a technical name, Craig. The fact that there's the lines in the background on this one. Do you know what I mean? On the lilies.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Name. It'll come. Maybe it'll come to us.
It'll come.
This one here is your peony, which is fantastic. So you've got here again the mat and the layer, and again play around. I would love that to see that in the sort of lighter pink and white tones would look beautiful. This one here is your rose. I loved this in the really sort of dark. There's a sample somewhere. It's done in reds and whites. It looks beautiful. This one here is your tulip window as well. I like that a lot of these flowers do come in many, many different colours, which is brilliant. So you're going to be able to do them in loads of different colourways. Water lily window is that one just there. Remember as well, if you're going for these, then you're going to be able to get a set of plates for half price. Even if you don't need a new set of plates, I'd say it's probably worth stocking up because you can get them for half price, which never really happens. If you want to get the junior ones, you can get those $12.99, $16.95, of course half price with this deal, or you've also got the larger ones there as well, $19.99, $24.95 if you want to get those larger ones as well. Right, the hero tool. Very, very busy on this. Let me just quickly bring it in again and show you. So you've got in here, you've got the craft mat. I mean, the craft mat on its own, I think, is worth pretty close to this. What you've also got then included as well is you've got your square blending tool, you've got your round one, and you've got the refills for the square as well, which is fantastic. So you get all of that for £15. Now I know a lot of the stock's gone already here. It is very, very busy. So if you do want it, definitely grab it and get stocked up on it. £15 or $20 if you want to get hold of that one. Right, we're having a very, very busy show so far. Lots of you really, really loving it. Loving Craig's demos as well. Beth says, just joining in from Indiana. I just ordered the Tulip double-sided die and looking forward to getting it. Oh, do send us in some pictures when you've received that, Beth. We'd love to see what you end up making. What a beautiful, quick card is what Kate is saying as well. Now, the boxes. When did we launch these? I think we launched these maybe a couple of weeks ago, but they've been so incredibly busy since we did. And they make something truly, truly beautiful, which is fantastic. So there's 3 different boxes. Let me show you my favourite one first because I absolutely love it. Now this is the milk carton box. When it comes to decorating the milk carton box, what you're actually going to get is you're going to get all of the unicorn stamps and dies to go with it. So imagine making this up. Now there are lots of different options when it comes to decorating these, but I can tell you at the minute there is no plan to bring this unicorn stamp and die set to HSN. So if you are in the US and you want to get hold of it, you need to grab it from us here at Crafters TV. So you got that one, that's your milk carton box. Then you've got your picnic box as well, and this is what comes with your picnic box. So you've got the door, you've got the fence, you've got the windows, you've got the ability to put the roofing on there as well. You've even got the window, and you've got that lovely big apple tree as well. No reason why you can't mix and match. No one reason why you can't make the picnic box, the unicorn box, and the other one, the garden box. It's completely up to you. And then also in this collection, you're going to get the infinity box as well. And the infinity box is in the US has not been released as well. So if you want to grab hold of this, you'll need to get it from us here at Crafters TV. It's called Infinity Box because the way the window closing works, it's an infinity closing, as you can see there. And you get the birthday one with this. I'm right in thinking you also get the cupcake one included with that as well. Shall I show you a picture of everything you get included? £80 or $96 to get all of it. So what you get is you get your unicorns there, as you can see. You've got your sweet treats. You've got your home sweet home. And then what you've got in there as well is you've also got the dies that do all the work for you. Because let's face it, I mean, you could do this with a scoreboard, try and make these, but it's just not really going to be any fun, is it? So in the big collection, you get the picnic box, the milk carton box, the infinity box. Then you get the home sweet home, which was the one that was on the picnic box. You also get the magical unicorns, which is the one that I showed you on the milk box. And then you get the sweet cupcake. That's only available in this collection. And you get the birthdays as well included in there too. If you're in the UK, there are some extra stamps and dies that are UK only that you can use to decorate these. Check the website out for those. If you want to place an order, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, actually, it's really easy to do. So you can do that over on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Pop yourself across there and you can see all the deals whilst you watch all of the demonstrations as well. Any questions that you've got, definitely get them in. I'll pop them over to Craig. There is a 5 in 5 coming up in this show in a little while as well. So make sure you keep yourself tuned in for that. Right, what's next, Craig?
Rightio, let's go for the milk cart and let's show you how that is made. So what I'm going to do is let's bring in the actual die. So we'll show you the die itself and everything that you get within the set for the milk carton, because you do get a lot of different parts to it. So you get the actual concept of the milk carton. So you're going to be die cutting that twice, which I've already done, but we'll go through that in a second. Then you get all these parts as well. So you get the parts for the roof, you've got windows, you've got the doors as well, you've got the wee windows for the doors, you've got banner, you've got tags. Did I say a tag, Joe? I did.
Oh, I love a tag.
A couple of tags, and you've even got the sentiment love. So what I'm going to do is pop that to the side, and then just using the large Gemini, I've just die cut that twice into some white smooth cardstock, but of course you could use the Centura Pearl if you want, or patterned cardstock, anything like that you can use to actually create your box. So what I'm going to do is pop that to the side, so they're already die cut, and then all that I've just done is I've just scored and burnished along all the edges. That gives you the score line all ready for you. So I'm just going to burnish all these edges all the way round, including the wee tab at the end, and I've already done the same for for this one as well.
Brilliant, and that dye really takes all the work out of it, doesn't it? I mean, you could, where would you begin trying to create these if you're doing it by hand? It'd be so difficult, wouldn't it?
It would be. Don't get me wrong, you know, there is templates out there to do it, but it can take a good couple of hours to actually measure up, then cut it all by hand, and then obviously you've got the assembly for it as well. So, you know, dye's doing it all for you. It's just the best way to do it. So what I'm just going to do is, when it comes to anything with thick construction, I would always say to use a wet glue, but what I'm going to do is use the tape runner for this occasion. So just a bit of adhesive just down the wee strip at the other side. So then what I'm just going to do is overlay that like that, and then I'm just going to press, and then again on this next strip just here, we're going to add a bit of adhesive. So as if we wrap that one round, so let's pop that one round and just square that one up and pop that one into place. And then when it comes to the base, so all that we're just going to do is if we fold one of them over first, and then this one here and this one here, we'll pop some adhesive on that one. So let's turn it that way so you can just see. You would do it flat, but obviously I'm just doing it at an angle to show you. So let's just pop adhesive on that one, and then adhesive on this one too. So as if we just cover that with adhesive, and then what we're going to do is popping the base down, and then we're just going to press that one into place, and then we're going to press that one into place, and then we're going to come along with this part, add adhesive on there, and then that's going to cover up your workings. So as we press that into place, and I'm just popping my hand in just to press down, pop that pressure into place, and then all that we're just going to do is I folded in that end, and we just need to do this end. We forgot to do this one while it was flat, so we'll just do that in air. So that's one way, and then that's the next way. So then that one folds in, that one folds in, and then it comes together just like so. So what to do is let's just tie just a bit of a ribbon round it just to keep it closed, and then what we'll do is we've got some elements all ready to go and to decorate it. They're already stamped.
Do we get instructions included with these, with the big dies, Craig?
You do, you get wee hints and tips as well, just for you to run through.
Wonderful.
Whether it's the dies, but I've just already just stamped and coloured a lot of different characters and images. Let me start that one again. All ready to hand, so then we can have a play when it comes to decorating the box. So let's take that
Em
one off.
asked me what sports I'm refereeing later. I think it's the shirt is what she's referring to. Some kind of, I don't know, American football referee apparently dresses like this.
Yeah, and WWE referee.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wouldn't even know where to start, Craig.
No. So what I'm going to do is snip that one off.
Craig's got the giggles all of a
Snip
sudden.
that one off, and then what we could just do is, so here we go. So I've already stamped these out previously. So this is some of the different ones that you can get as well within them that you can see there. And then if I bring all these in, you can tell I had fun sitting colouring these. So we've just coloured them, and I used the tri-blend pens. Look at all of them.
Sue King says that this milk box carton is perfect for a muffin to go into.
That's right, yeah,
Ooh, yeah,
absolutely.
or a little cupcake maybe in there.
Yeah.
It'd be delicious, wouldn't it?
It would be. Thing is, you could do bath bombs, you could do little fragrance candles. There's so many different things that you could do and pop in the middle of it. So I've got the tag and everything, and then we've even got these parts here. So that is this die just to the side. So it's just this one here. It's one die, but actually cuts out 4 panels. So I've done that a couple of times. So that gives you the 4, which actually enables you to create the roof. So let's take 4 of them, and then let's just add some adhesive. So I'm just going to pop them flat. So let's do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we can pop them, and they just line up just beautifully on the top of the milk carton. And then what you can do is start to create the roof. So if I just pop it in front of you there, and then what I'm just going to do is just going to line that up. So the top of it, I'm going to line up against the score mark along the top, and then I'm just going to press that one into place. And then again, just with the next one, just lining it up with the next one, and again along the top. You're not going to be doing this upside down back to front like I am, but we're just going to pop them again, and then they're just sized perfectly to create the roof of your milk carton, just there. And then again, we've got all these different components. So we've got the doors just here. So let's just add some adhesive. Let's pop the door at the front, just there.
We've got a good random crafty clinic question coming from Melissa. So I'm gonna read it out now, Craig, so as we don't forget it and we come back to it, okay? Because if I just think I'm gonna come back to it, I'll forget it. You know what I'm like. So it says, please can you ask Craig how you tell the difference in paper when using water, when you're using water, inks, etc. My bundle got mixed up. I have no idea which one of the paper is which. I think she means from like alcohol, a marker card, watercolour card and stamping card. So we'll come back to it, Craig. Let's not forget that one.
No problem. So then what I'm just going to do is finish off by just taking some of these parts that I've already die cut or stamped, die cut and coloured, and we can just start to just assemble it, just to have some fun. Let's pop this one just along the top, and then we can have the unicorn just down at the side. So let's pop it just so it's at the side of the window. Let's bring in the next one that's got the balloons. So this one could be at the side of the door, as if it's coming out the door. Let's pop that one just there. Let's then pop a rainbow over. Let's pop it just over the window, like that. Then let's bring in a tag, and let's just bring in the tag just to the top, just there. I'm going to leave it at that. I've got one that I've already done, but at least it gives you the idea as to how you can actually create and assemble the milk carton box. And then if I bring this one in, that I'd pre-done, and you can see how you can start to decorate it. You can see all the different elements. You've got all these little stars and hearts. I've popped foam pads on some of them as well. And yet that's just white cardstock I've used, but you could be inking on top of that. You could use your sparkle pens. You could stamp onto it. You can, what else can you do? There's so much more you could do. You could even emboss with it as well if you wanted to.
Fantastic, loads of questions coming. Cindy Sue wants to know, Craig, what was my favourite pizza on holiday? I only ate margarita pizza the whole time I was away on holiday. They don't really have any other kinds of pizza in Naples. It's all just one flavour. She also wants to know what your favourite pizza flavour is, Craig.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
But it's one of those, it's not actually kind of a popular pizza, you know, in Italy or anything like that. You know, it's not something you find on, not that I've been to Italy, but I do know that, you know, you have to kind of specifically ask for it. You're not going to find it easily on the menu.
I think it's an American pizza, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
definitely
delicious.
My favourite though.
Absolutely delicious. Did you want to go over that question from Melissa, Craig?
Let's do that.
Just talks about the different papers, knowing which is the different, how to tell the difference between watercolour, stamping and alcohol marker if you don't have the packaging anymore.
Yeah, let's go for it. So, hopefully we'll be able to tell the difference. I'm sure we will do on the cameras. Your paper or your card for doing your colouring, whether it's your white smooth or your Nina, is really, really soft. It is so soft when you run your hands over it. When it comes to your watercolour card, so that's what you're going to be using for any of your aqua pens, your sparkle pens, your sparkle pots, anything where there's water involved, then you're going to be using, it's a bit like a linen texture. It's it's got a bit of a texture to it and looks quite like linen card. So if I then, let's see if we can bring this close up. Let's see if we can see the difference. I'm going to really lean over and see, so let's do it that way. So this one here's the text there. Can you see the difference? Just with the, I can see it on my screen just here. So that one's got a linen effect to it. And then this one here on this side is a very smooth cardstock. So just run your hands over it. If one's very, very smooth, that's the one for doing your stamping, your colouring onto. And then if you've got the textured one that's like linen, then that's your watercolour card, and that's what you can do all your colouring when it comes to anything to do with waters.
Oh, fantastic. So I hope that helps you out. That was Melissa that asked that. So yes, hope that helps you out. Oh, lots of people talking about pizza, and we've started it already. Conversation's gone back to food in... We weren't even back one show, and it's back to food again already.
What do you mean we? It's you that always starts the conversation.
You were here with me this morning. I didn't start the conversation about it this morning. Getting very, very busy, especially on the dimensional boxes, which are there on your screen at the moment. I want to give those of you that I wanted to a chance to check out. Whilst you do that, here's all the details of how you can watch and shop at the same time if you want to.
Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals
and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. All the details there of how you can watch the shop at the same time, which is fantastic. Right, you know what time it is, don't you? I've got to go a bit steady with the horn, according to Sarah. So Sarah said that it was too much. It was too OTT, the horn. So I was meant to get a bell, but we haven't got it yet. So we'll have to do small toots. I might get told off. 5 in 5 is basically where we bring you 5 fantastic deals in 5 minutes. Craig is going to run the gauntlet. He's going to do his best to explain them all to you in the time on the screen. Are you ready, Craig?
I'm ready.
I'm deaf as a post anyway, so for me, I can barely hear it when it goes off. To be quite honest. Right, the clock is here. It's on the screen. Are you ready, Craig?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Rightio, so the first one we've got is our ornate bauble. It is our Christmas ornament, close. So this allows you to create your shaker cards. So if you like to do your shaker cards, but you sometimes find it difficult or you're not sure where to start, you've got all these different elements here. So you're just going to be using your acetate behind them, and then you can use them for popping your shaker elements in. You can use them for actually creating home decor baubles as well, because they're all separate. You've also got your Noel sentiment. You can use it on its own or in conjunction. But you've got all these stamps too. So if I bring this one out, because this one is open, you've got all your stamps at the top. So you've got all your foliage, you've got your ribbon, so you can have it so that the bauble is hanging down. You've got sentiments in that as well. Use these to create a completely separate card as a wreath. Have your bauble in the middle if you want. Use these decorative parts as a background. Die cut them several seconds
times left. That's a long 30 seconds,
all
Craig.
the way around. So yeah, really is so many different ways that you can do them. Use them on their own, or maybe if you've got a long DL card, maybe a large 12 by 12 card, have multiple different ones in one. There really is it's one of those things that when you step back and think, right, how else can I use them? Then that's a nice way of using them. Using the actual decorative part, if you use it in your masking
5
sheet,
seconds,
then
Craig.
you can actually ink through them as well.
3,
so it's not all
2,
just about
1.
die cutting.
Oh, on to the next one. 7.49, 9.97 if you want to get those ones. What's next?
We've got our 3D embossing folder. This is our 6x6, and this is like our birthday gift, or it could be a Christmas gift. So it is Christmas gift. And then what it is the 3D, but it's actually just like a ribbon. It's been tied. So you've got it as a crisscross, you've got the ribbon in the middle, and let's just pop this one out so that you can see. So 3D, so you've got that multiple layer all the way through. So then if you just pop it through your die cutting machine, you're going to get multiple layers. You can of course do it onto your glitter card, your matte card, but then bring in your sparkle card as well. So create your own backgrounds using sparkle pens, run it through, do your inking technique, your letter pressing techniques through your embossing folders as well. Different ways in which you can create different projects. Why not just run this through some cardstock, maybe some mirror cardstock, pop it into a frame, and that's all that you need to actually just create a nice home decor for your walls at Christmas time. So many different things as well that you can do with them.
1. 450, 450, 650 if you want to get those ones. Oh, this is a good one, Craig.
Stamping mat. Now, we all need a stamping mat. So it's just over 12 by 12. So this allows you, when you're doing your stamping, to get that perfect, crisp, clean stamping line every single time. You need just a bit of give when you're stamping. If you do it onto anything really hard, then what's going to happen is the stamp underneath is going to squish out. That's the only other way that I can describe it. Whereas if you've got the mat, when you stamp into the mat, it's like the mat actually holds the shape for it. So So this is how you get your perfect lines every single time. Whether it is actually doing stamps that have got sentiments on them, whether it's detailed one, you'll find you'll use this time and time
15
again.
seconds, Craig.
We all do it, you know, you can see us here on Crafters TV. First thing we do once we've got our actual platform, we come for our mat and we actually use that as well. I also use mine if you do any paper pricking, or if you like to do any flower embossing, you could be using that.
5, 39, 7, 12. If you want to get that one, what's next, Craig?
Torn edge ovals. Now, you know what I'm like with my mats and layers. Now, this is going to give you your mats and layers within these perfect shapes as well. Whether you have toppers left over from your Sarah's Signature collection, whether it could be any other crafting collection that you've got out there, you can create frames, you can create in a page, you can create out a page, you can of course create your own shaker cards and that as well. What about creating your own card bases with them? They will all go through your Gemini Junior, and a few of them anyway will go through your Gemini Mini or your Gemini Go. So this is all about mats and layers, your nesting layers as well. So your first die is 4.4 inches right up to 6 inches, and then die number 10 is your smallest one at 0.8 inches by 1.2 inches as
10
well.
10 seconds, Craig.
So really diddy little card blanks that you can be doing. What about tags? Think of all the different tags that you can be doing with these. Just pinch a hole in the end, and then that's all that you need to do.
One more to go.
One more to go. Molly Harrison stamp. Check this one out. So this is when this is going to actually come in perfect with your stamping mat. So Molly Harrison stamp. Check how many you're going to get on these ones here. So check out that dreamy, whimsical, enchanted looking fairy you've got just there. I'm going to quickly just bring in a bit of cardstock to make you see it better. So it's not just the main image that you have got all these elements at the top here. You've got foliage, you've got flowers, you've even got a tiny little butterfly just down there. Then look at the sentiments in that as well. You don't even have to just use the sentiments in conjunction with the stamp. Use them on their own if you want. But then bring in your sparkle pens, your sparkle pots, your water reactive ink pads. Do all your backgrounds when it comes to your sparkle pots like we were doing earlier on today. Do it just in black and go around all the edges just with a grey fine liner pen, and that looks substantial. Why not cut into it, decoupage it? Don't cut into the stamp, but stamp it out several times and cut into it multiple times, create your own decoupage. Simple matter really, and that's it done.
6, 99, 10, 49. If you want to do that, take a breath. Craig, well done, that man. That was a very...
My bottle is branded. I would have had my bottle of juice out and taken a quick drink. So we will do that once you go back to Joe.
That was I can't find anywhere to put my horn. Bear with. Let me put it down over here. It was a very, very fast and furious 5 in 5. I mean, I'm knackered just watching you, Craig. I want to just take you back through the Centura Pearl deal that we've got available for you on the show today, because it is a fantastic one. 5 of your most favourite colours. A 5th of the stock of this has gone. We did just put this together as well, just for this show, and a 5th has gone already. If you're watching this back later, definitely check the website to see what the stock situation is. This is a fuchsia. You've also got here the Christmas green, you've got the black, you've got the canary, and you can have the cherry as well. At £11 or $16, you can multi-order on that if you want to. I know a lot of you will be wanting to go for more than one of those. Of course, you're absolutely more than welcome. It'll work beautifully with your window dies, those 3D window dies. Sorry, double-sided window dies that we showed you a little while ago. Right, should we go back to... because they are your favourite. Should we go back to those double-sided? No. Should we go back to those Christmas centres? Oh, you can tell someone's been away on holiday, can't you? Really have got those first day back feels today. I'm just trying to go nice and slowly, you know, so I just, you know, make it through the day. Yeah, I think the wheels are starting to fall off a bit now as we come towards the end of the day. Now, let me take you through these because these are fantastic. You've got 10 in here, so it makes that price there on your screen great value. Remember as well, Platinum members UK, you're going to get over £4 off of that. You get an extra, nearly $6 off of that in the US as well. So it makes them really, really good value. That one there is your Merry Christmas. Really versatile, very usable, lots of these sentiments. Naughty is the new nice is this one just here. I'm not convinced about that, but I'll give it a go. Keep calm and get your ho 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 on. You've got 2 on this one as well, so what this offers you is a positive and a negative, which I think is really, really nice. So if you do build these up, there's lots you can do with them. I'm Santa's favourite is this one just here. Who was Santa's favourite in your house, Craig, when you were growing up? Who was the bestest behaved?
I would say me. I would say me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're. I reckon you've always been on the good list.
I think I am. Yeah.
I reckon so.
I respect Santa and what he does.
Do you? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I always got good presents, so I couldn't have been that bad. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere I go, which is this one just here. I love that because it's a snow globe. Would make a really, really lovely shaker card, that, wouldn't it? In the background, maybe, with some snow in the front of that. Some things are worth melting for. I, as rightly pointed out on Facebook, incorrectly identified this beast as a penguin earlier. It is, of course, a snowman. I don't know why I decided it was a penguin earlier. It's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who is gathered around it. That's what that Christmas one says there. I think it's the shape that makes me think of a tag with that one, Craig, I think that's what it is. Yeah. It would make a nice tag, wouldn't it?
It would be, with your stamps as well, just bring in the nesting dies. If you got those nesting dies in the 5x5, then that would work well with these stamps as well. And then just die cut a nice little tag. Think of all your Christmas presents this year with your homemade tags. And you say homemade, just one stamp, die cut round, and that's your tag done.
Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe having your tags so they match your cards is another great way to go. Sorry, Santa, but naughty feels so nice. That's the one that we've just got there for you. Sweet but twisted. Does that mean I'm a candy? You're getting all of these, don't forget, as well. You're not having to choose. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. How many people get their tinsel in a tangle at Christmas? Christmas surely has to be one of the most stressful. Christmas Day, not so much Christmas evening, but it's Christmas morning, isn't it? It's stressful when there's a lot going on. The turkey's in. People are coming around to visit and your mum just really wants to get the dinner done. It always seems to get a little bit, maybe it's just our house where it gets a bit stressful, but it's important to remember not to get your tinsel in a tangle, is what I would always say. Loads of you commenting away. £21, $29 gets you all of these. Lots of people, someone from Hawaii mentioning, talking about it, sparked the age-old debate, of course, Craig. Does pineapple belong on a pizza? I say absolutely not. What do you think?
I wouldn't order a pizza with pineapple on it, but if there was one that had been ordered and it's there, I would eat it.
Ooh. That was a very, what's the word? Yeah, good answer. I don't know what is going on. I've got a mental block this afternoon. I'm not quite sure what is happening. Right, Sarah's away on holiday this week, and someone who always messages in on our shows is the lovely Hannah Horn. She sends us all lots of soap as well.
She did.
Well, it turns out Sarah just sent me a picture a little bit earlier. She said, here, guess who I'm hanging out with today? It's Hannah and her mum. What a glorious picture. Is that a bit of cake I spy there?
I think so.
What is
that
it?
hot chocolate?
That is that looks like a bit of chocolate brownie to me, and a couple of cups of tea, which is gorgeous. Talking about being on holiday and meeting our lovely viewers, I was in Ravello on a couple of days ago, and there's Jan from Ravello met up with...
I didn't know you were away on holiday. You never said.
Not? No, I didn't. I like to be discreet about these things. I don't like to, broadcast that kind of information. Here you can see me and Jan sat in the square in Ravello. I've got a cappuccino, so I've got to drive home, but Jan's treating herself to a lovely glass of Prosecco. It was her wedding anniversary that day as well, and then she went out for a glass of Prosecco with me. Oh, how lovely. It's lovely meeting our viewers. It really, really is.
It is. I have to say, and Hannah's just lovely. She sent me a birthday card, and the handmade soap. She sent us all handmade soap and sent me messages. So I hope you're keeping well, Hannah. Well, I know you are, because we were chatting on Facebook. But yeah, keep well. It's good to see you with Sarah.
Yeah, it really, really is. I hope Sarah's enjoying her holiday as well. She's gone up to the Lake District with the boys, which will be lovely, I'm sure. Good job on the horn, Joe. An acceptable usage of the horn, apparently, today. I just like to please. That's all I can say. It's so funny because some people hate it, some people love it, Craig. What can you say? It's very divisive. What can I say? Right, Craig, what are we doing next? Where are we going?
Right, let's go back to the Christmas sentiment stamps, the Quirky sentiment stamps, and we will make another card, another wee fun and funky card. So what we're going to do is, let's actually tell you what, first thing, because this card won't take very long, so I tell you what, seeing as many have been asking about the Collal glue and the syringe, this literally takes seconds. So if you like your Collal glue gel, so all that you're going to do is make sure, I think what some people are doing, maybe got the problem is, when you go to fill it, I think think some are actually keeping the lid on. So that keeps it airtight, so you're not going to be able to fill it. So just make sure that top is off. Then all that you're just going to do is, just pop the syringe just towards the end, just there. So I'm just going to hold that in and it just sits just over the edge. And I'm just going to press. Now, because I've taken the yellow lid off, any of that air towards the bottom, that's obviously been pushed out, which allows you to fill it. I only do it about halfway, and then all that I'm just going to do is just pop that back in, pop the syringe in, and then that enables you to just start using your call-out glue again. And then we'll just pop the lid back on, or the wee cap back on, and then that's it. So do make sure that you take that cap off when you're filling. Right. So now we've done that one, let's go onto the card. So I've just taken my nesting die. So this is the oval and it's the stitched edge. And we're going to bring it in our stamping platform. And then we're going to bring in I'm Santa's favourite because, well, I am. So I'm actually going to be using the teams here. So it's not been opened. So let's open this one. So I'm going to bring this in and then I'm going to still use my Flagstone alcohol proof die. Now, I am going to use a tri-blend pen, but I'm actually going to use it just for a tiny, tiny little bit. So you could get away with just using a black quick dry if you want, but I am just going to use the Flagstone. So let's just stamp that over the top. So I'm just giving that just a good coverage. And then let's bring in my stamping mat again. And I'm just going to stamp that in the middle of the nested oval. So if I go and pop that one in, try and get that within the centre, and I'm just pressing. So pop that just down, press it into place, and then remove that one, and we've got Santa's favourite. So all that I'm just going to do, let's take the tri-blend. This one is the dull green blend, but all that I'm just doing is using the mid-tone. I'm not going to do any shading. All that I'm doing is just colouring that one wee bit in, and that's it. So that's what I mean by if you don't have an alcohol proof stamp just yet, then you can probably get away because it's such a small area. So then what we can do is let's bring in a couple of layers that I've already done. I've just pre-embossed this one. This is from our texture cardstock, but absolutely you could use your Centura Peril. And like Joe said, it's not that long been added. That's why my demos haven't been done with the Centura Peril, is because it was just added not that long ago, just for you today. So let's just take the backing off. I've just got a card blank just to the side of me just here. So let's just pop that one into place. Now remember, whether it's a white card blank or an ivory, don't worry about leaving white or cream colour. It kind of frames it. I do like to leave a bit of a frame all the way round. So then all that I'm just going to do is let's bring in our sentiment. Use your call-out glue gel if you want, or use your foam pads just to lift that up. So let's just pop our foam pads over the back, and let's just pop that just at a bit of an angle just there. Then I've just taken, just from another Christmas die set that I've got, just some mittens and just die cut them out and just added some twine. And I've also taken the same twine and I've just tied a bow with several loops. Then what I'm going to do is, if I bring in my call for this one and bring in a couple of small foam pads just for the mitts. So let's just take these ones. And then I want to kind of have it just so the mittens are just, mittens or mitts?
Mittens,
mittens,
I would say,
yeah.
I'd say mittens.
Mittens.
Jeffrey said it doesn't look too warm where Sarah is. Welcome to the UK, Jeffrey, is what I'd say to that, because it is July. This is the middle of our summer. I landed back yesterday, Craig. I went from 31 degrees. It was 14 degrees at Manchester Airport at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Ooh, that hit you hard, didn't it?
That was it. I could have done with those mittens.
Yeah, you could have. I know, like you say, I think that's our summer now over in Dunwich. So
I hope we'll get a resurgence.
Oh,
if we get a second summer, I do hope so.
I hope
You've
so.
had your garden done now. We need a second summer.
The day I got my garden finished, I came back to work here at Crafters Companion on the Monday and check out what the weather's been like. Typical, isn't it? So I am hoping we do get a resurgence, absolutely. So then what I've just done now is I've just taken a couple of dots. You can, of course, use gems or perils, but remember I was saying if you've got any dies that actually die cut the waist, which is circles, keep them and just add them as little accents in the corner. So I've already popped this through our Xyron, And then I'm just going to pop these just round the corner with the pokey tool. So let's just poke them off, lifting that one, popping it in the corner. And yes, I'd already die cut and embossed the card, but really it doesn't take that long to make a really fun card just like this. So if I turn it around for you to see, and let's just bring this one in a bit closer for you. So then there we go. And then if I bring in the one that I'd done earlier, the only difference I'd done with this one is I'd gone round the edges of the sentiment with the Friar Brown Water Reactive ink pad. So there we go.
Oh, wonderful. There's a lot of the water reactive inks available in this show, actually. Go onto the shop show area of the website, click in there and you'll see them all listed, which is fantastic. Right, getting very, very busy. I want to give you a reminder of a few bits. Remember the Hero tool. It's very busy on that at the moment. The Hero tool this week, what you get is you get the crafting mat from Spectrum 9. This is great for doing all of your blending, all of your inky techniques you want to do on here because it just wipes right off, which is fantastic. It's also great at protecting your work surface too. If you do like all of those inky techniques, you're going to get as well, you're going to get the round, that should be $9.99 on its own by the way, you're going to get the round blending tool, you're also going to get the square blending tool, and then you're also going to get as well the square blending tool refills in there too. £15 from $21.96, $20 from $29.80, so it's a great price on that one, over 30% off, which is fantastic. It's only available for 24 hours, so Hero tool is all about us bringing you something that we think you can't live without at a great price. If you're a new crafter, maybe you don't have a set of this yet, definitely the day to get yourself stocked up. You're never going to have too many of those square refills either, which is fantastic. Now, something else I want to share with you. We've got more sentiments for you on the show. It's been quite a stamping-centric day today, isn't it, Craig?
It really
Done
is.
lots of lovely stamping.
We've got a lot of nice selection of different looks, different styles, but different occasions as well.
Absolutely. We've got some of our everyday sentiment stamps for you now, and these are sort of still quite quirky. Let me run you through everything you're getting in here. $17.43 if you want to get this, or $20.65. So you've got It's the Little Things in Life. You've also got another one which says you will be exactly as happy as you decide to be. This one says inhale confidence, exhale doubt, and they're really lovely fonts that you've got on these. The next one here, it says go make a fairy tale and live in it. The best antiques are old friends. We've also got this one here, it says remember, as far as anyone knows, we are a nice normal family. That definitely reminds me of my family. This one here says when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Love this one here, simply says you got this. Lovely brush lettering font on all of these as well. It's also very legible still. The best way out is always through. Then you said to the world you are, but to your family you are the world. And then you can interchange that with mother and father there, which is quite handy. So you've got two different sentiments within that one. And then this one says you don't have to be perfect to be beautiful, which is there as well. So you get all of those for that price. Let me just show you what they look like when they go onto some of your cards there. So you're only paying for 7 here. We're going to send you 11. So that one there, remember, as far as everyone knows, we're a nice normal family. This one, go make a fairy tale and live in it. I love what's been done with the background there, and that resist technique is absolutely beautiful. And this one here is a gorgeous project. Who's made this one? Because it is beautiful. Jan Thompson has made this one, and it says when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Again, they're really, really craftable, these, and I think you're going to love using them, not just for card projects, but also for things like box frames, home decors. I'd even say using them with things like journaling is going to be really, really great as well. So loads you can do with them. Of course, you can still do all of the techniques you can normally do with any of our stamps too. $17.43 or $20.65. Carol says, Joe, you are our sunshine every day. How nice is that? Craig's doing sicky face over in the corner. Sicky face.
Baby. Oh,
sorry, sicky face. You know what I mean though, like.
Can I just say as well, that wasn't to you, Carol, that was to him.
No, I know.
That was to him.
To me. It's the fact that I read it out, I think. Apparently Sarah had one of those mats in the bottom of Brenda last night. The craft mat. I feel like Brenda's going to need her own Facebook account soon. I mean, she's really taking off.
She's going to be on Insta.
She's quite a big character here, and she works very hard, and it doesn't really say too much, always just there whenever you need it. She's dependable as well, which is fantastic, and I absolutely love it. Lots of you talking about the weather where you are. It's definitely not 17 degrees where everyone else is. People talking about it being in the hundreds where they are. So I hope you're having a lovely time, and it can be nice not to be hot all the time. Just be nice, just a little bit, wouldn't it, Craig? A little bit of hot weather, so we can maybe just have a little barbecue or something.
Mm-hmm. Just a smidge. When it's just enough to put the sun cream on. That you have to put the sun cream on. Just that wee smidge.
You've seen that advert where you remember it? I think it might have been a Boots advert where the sun comes out for a split second, and everyone runs to the coast. People are running down the street putting sun cream lotion on, getting the barbecue fired up, and then 10 minutes later, that's it. It's gone again. That's it. Summer in the UK. Over and done with. Right. You can be the sunshine, though, with the stamp set, of course, if you want to. What's next then, Craig? So, what we're going to do is we're going to use the stamp set. So, I'm going to be using the Best Antiques Are Old Friends. And we're going to use some of the Harmony Water Reactive ink pads. We're going to use the Plum Jam. We're going to use the Lagoon and the Honey Pot. So, what I'm going to do to start with is I have got some of our watercolour card. And I'm going to bring this one in. So let's just take the stamp set off. Now I've gone for my Noir Black waterproof ink pad because I am going to be doing a bit of a spritz of water. So I just want to have our water ink pad. So let's just pop that one within the middle, and let's just take our ink and we're just going to stamp that one up. So stamp that in place. These will all go on your small stamping block, stamping press, but I'm just using the medium one. As you can see, it's fine and it gives it quite a lot of space all the way around. Cindy Sue says you're her sunshine, Craig.
Aww,
so we're both someone's
nice.
Sunshine, which is great.
Aww, thanks. So I'm just going to pop that towards the middle, and then we're just going to press. So press that in to place. So if I then pop that in, like that, and then that is now our impression into there. So then what I'm going to do is, let's move that one out of the way, and I've now got my mat. So once again, you can do what we're doing onto the glass mat, but just for ease and speed, I'm using it onto our heat-proof mat. I use the heat-proof mat for doing embossing and that, and it just means I can pick it up and move it out of the way and clean it later. So like I say, I've got Plum Jam, Lagoon and Honey Pot. It's all our water reactive, and I've got our blending tools as well. So I've got one for each colour. Now at home, I do not have one tool for each colour, but I do have one foam for each colour. So if you've seen my Instagram post, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, I showed you what I just do is I've got the hook and loop, and then I've put the, I think it's the negative side. Hook and loop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put
Is the other one begin with a V? Is that a brand name?
Yeah, that's a brand name.
Ah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Velcro, of course,
yeah,
I'm talking about.
That.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was a brand.
Yeah, it's a brand, like that sticky tape that we can't see. So we've got, on the back, I just put what would be probably the negative side, that rougher side of the hook and loop on there, and then that softer side of the pad. That just sticks on, and then it sits on my tray, and then I just take it off as and when that I need. So I don't have a tool for every colour, but I do have a foam for every colour. So what I'm then just going to do is just layer that up. Of course, you can wash them as well, just in some hot water.
There's a lot soaking in the sink.
There is a lot. I noticed that. I went in to get a copy and noticed lots of blending tools. Or
sponges and all sorts in there. It was that water. We could get that water out and do something with it. The colour that'll be.
I'll let you do that.
I think I'll just let it run.
Yeah, we'll just leave that. So I'm just going in one corner. So I've got the three colours going. So let's take that one, which is the Honey Pot. Let's go to the Lagoon. And for anyone new just joining, I know you can't quite see it, but I've got my ink pads just up against my, oh, I didn't know we had that angle, like that one. Just right up against our glass mat, and then that just means when I start to pull that colour in, it just means that it's not going all over the place, it's just up against our mat. So then let's just take just a wee bit of that excess off, and then all that I'm just going to do is just towards the middle, I'm just going all the way in. So I'm just going to pick up some more colour, and we're just going to go all the way across. As you can see, I'm not being any neat or precise. I'm just getting that colour on. And the more that you go on, the more intense that it can get. So I'm just going to do that middle colour. And then what I'm going to do is now come to the Plum Jam. So let's just lay that up with colour as well. What I'm also going to do, just any of the oils of that on my hands, if I hold that cardstock down, then some of my fingerprints might transfer onto that. So I'm just going to put a bit of cardstock or a bit of kitchen roll just on, and that just stops my fingerprints going through. Because it's a water reactive ink pad, that will happen. So let's just do this corner.
Love this colour
just
combo,
here.
Craig. Just remind me, what are those three colours that you went for here?
So all three are our water reactive, our Harmony water reactive, and it's plum jam, and that's the one I'm using now. Then the one in the middle, like the teal, is lagoon, and then I used honey pot as well. So then all that I'm just going to do, let's just go back to this next one. So I've not popped any more colour in. I'm just going over with what's already on the pad of the lagoon. So just going in the middle there, and then let's go back to the honey pot. Again, I've not added any extra colour to it. I'm just going to go onto just in between where the lagoon and the honey pot is, and it just kind of blends them in. So I'm going to leave it like that when it comes to the colour. And then what I'm going to do is, if I bring in my spritzing tool, actually I've got just a bit of water just here. So you can use your spritzing tool if you want. I'm just moving it out the way, just so you can see, but I am just going to, I'm just popping my fingers in, and I'm just going to just give that a flick of water. You can just use the end of a paintbrush if you want. It's entirely up to you. You can do whatever way that you wish. So then the longer you leave that, the more of the faux bleaching effect that will come off. So let's just leave that just for a second. I have got one pre-done with another sentiment stamp, but I just want to just let you see how that looks. I tell you what we can just do, leave that a bit longer. Let's just start to layer this one up. And
amazing,
then,
I know you only used 3 colours there, Craig, but I can see like nearly, what, 5 colours in that
That's
tag,
exactly
the way they're
it.
blended together. Really amazing how they do that.
Yeah, they really do blend in, and they can start to create new colours. So from your yellow to the lagoon, you're getting a bit of an orange colour, and then when it comes to the lagoon to the plum jam, you're getting a bit more of a purple colour coming through. So it is, it's quite fascinating to see what can be created. So there we go, I've just popped just a bit of mats and layers, nothing much to it. So then let's just bring our kitchen roll in again. I'm just going to dab that excess off. That excess water I'm just dabbing off, and then you can see where all that water has been, it's just lifted up the colour. Now if I leave that a bit longer, it will start to lift a bit more of the colour off. If I put a lot more water on, then of course it's going to be more effective.
What's it called with photos? You know, as they get old, they sort of, the same sort of effect happens, isn't it? You know, like if you leave photos in the sun.
Yeah.
There's got to be a special word for that. Someone will let me know in the comments.
I'm sure that there is, yeah, I'm sure that there is. So I am going to use this one. This is one that I done earlier with the Inhale Confidence, Exhale Doubt. And then that just lets you see, so again, the same 3 colours, but I just went over just a bit more heavy-handed with the actual water, so you can see that effect just there. So it's a really simple technique, but it is so effective. And actually, I was a way to say addictive first, and it is. It's one of those techniques that, because it's so simple and so effective, it's one that you tend to do quite a lot because you get a good result. So let's just bring in our card blank, and all that I've done, as I said a moment ago, is just white and black matte and layer, couple of pearls or gems, pop that within the middle, and then all your focal point goes onto that sentiment and the design that you've just created. So if I bring that one in, just for you to see, there we go. The best antiques are old friends.
Really, what a beautiful technique. And that's just one technique you can do with one of the stamp sets. You're getting 11 in here. You're only paying for 7, which is fantastic. 17.43 or 20.65 gets you all 11 of those, which is brilliant. Right, loads of other stuff on the show. Loads still to come as well. Let me just share with you these double-sided plates. They're very, very busy, the double-sided plates. You can go for the junior ones if you want to. They're available on the show for you at $12.99 or $16.95 depending where you are, or you can go for the larger ones, the larger plates. They are a different price, $19.99 or $24.95. Now you can get these plates for half price if you're going for the double-sided window dies. Now, the double-sided window dies are also proving very, very busy. So let me just grab our boards. I'll just run you through the boards again, the different options that you've got in here. Double-sided dies, of course, really, really fantastic because it means that you're just doing twice the amount of work in one pass. So it's what it's going to do with these ones specifically. So like some of our toppers, they create multiple layers for you to layer up. These create a mat and a layer is the best way to think about it. They create a base piece and they also create a topper as well to lay over it. So you can see here with the cherry blossom, you've got your pink base layer and then you've got your black top layer there as well, which just lays over the top of it to give you that wonderful technique. The great thing about these is all of this open space. So do you know what I think would be great, Craig, on here? You know, like you can get like glossy accents. You could almost pull them, couldn't you, in the recesses? That might be a great way.
You can do it, absolutely. You could just pull them up. If you've got any of your coloured liquid pearls or that, you know, then you can pop them in. So kind of like the same as the glossy accents, but they're coloured. So yeah, you can do.
Can you mix colour with glue? Like our tacky glue?
You can.
Could you?
You can.
So if you had like some of our sparklings,
yep,
you could drop a couple of pipettes of that into some tacky glue
and then you can
pool it in there.
And then you can pop it onto acetate and you'll get a bit of a stained glass effect, yeah?
Oh, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? I genuinely didn't know you could do that.
Yep.
That's a really lovely way of doing it. You got the cherry blossom in here. So what else you... Oh, what am I like?
Oh, no.
All of it. One foul swoop. The lot has gone. Oh, I told you it was one of those days today, didn't I? It's going to take me ages to put that back together. Obviously not a very robust pack shot, I think, is the issue here. You've got the cherry blossom. You've also got the lily here. Then this one is the peony. All really beautiful, iconic flowers, these, which I think is why they've been so popular. You've got your rose window there. Then you've also got the tulip window. And finally, you've got the water lily window in there too. Remember, you get those plates for half price as well when you go for them all together. Right, Craig, let me grab some samples and then I'm going to have to put this back together again. So what we've got here, let me just show you how these come together when you put these together. So you've got the state of all of that. You've got the lily just here. Then you've, oh no, sorry, that's the cherry blossom. Then you've got the lily, which is that one there. You've got the rose, which is beautiful. Love it done in this real true red. Think about mixing textures of cardstock as well, using mirror with a matte mirror, maybe glitter with mirror or glitter with pearls. Loads you can do. You've got the tulips there, which is that one. This one here is your water lily, and then finally, what you've got here is your peony there as well, which is beautiful. £110 if you're in the UK. Club Inspire Platinum members will get, what, £22 off of that. $112 if you're in the US, meaning you'll get free shipping and handling if you're paying $112. Also, Club Inspire Platinum members, you get $24 off of that as well if you're in the US. There, all the details of your Club Inspire discounts as well. Something very special happening tomorrow for Club Inspire members. Sworn to secrecy. I'm sorry, until tomorrow, but all will be revealed in the morning. I'm up with Leanne actually in the morning for a launch day, my first launch day that I've done. And then Craig and I, we're back together, aren't we, Craig, in the evening for Cartload?
We are indeed. We are back tomorrow, of course, 4 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. Eastern time in the States. So I hope you can join us. I know I said it about today. It's a real fun, action-packed creative Cravings, but honestly, tomorrow's Cartload is it's going to be really fun. Originally, it wasn't meant to be me, and then they asked if I could do it, and I seen what was on it. I was like, yes, absolutely, no problem at all. So that is going to be later on tomorrow. So until then, let's start, and let's continue with our double-sided window dies. We're going to use the Tulip window dies, and I'm actually going to do something very similar to what's actually on the packaging of the dies, because I just want to let you see how much it can really stand out depending on the colours that you use. So let's just bring in our base cutting plate, and then we've got our teal plate, mint plate. It's the extra tough one. So what we're going to do again, it's double-sided, and you've got your outside cutting edge as well, so that will cut the frame just perfectly in with the card. Not forgetting you can snip into it as well. You don't have to keep them as they are. So I'm just having a look. I can see on this side just here, there's a lot more detail than there is on this side just here. So what I'm just wanting to do is I'm just wanting to have a look. I know I want to have this side red and this side a deep yellow, which I've got just here. So just double checking again. So that is going to be the red, this is the yellow. So let's pop our red cardstock down, and then that's just going to go just over the top. I have cut it to size, or 4 by 6, and then we're going to just pop our cardstock over the top, just like that. Then I'm going to bring in my next plate, and then, as you know, when it comes to the larger double-sided dies, I do like to just pop in my magnetic shim as well. So we're just going to just slide that in, and then we're just going to run that through the junior. So of course, although they're small and they go through the junior, they will of course go through your large Gemini. So as we wait on this one coming out, we, as in myself and Joe, we done a show a couple of weeks ago now, and we had the double-sided window dies, but I used one of the other one. I think it was, I can't remember actually which one it was, but what I'd done was I actually showed you how all these bits now that are popping out, that are die cutting out, I actually showed you how you can actually keep them all into place, and you can create that full-on background and then just having a bit of an outline. So do check that one out. It was from about 2 weeks ago. All of it will be, of course, on our YouTube. So let's then just pop these last bits out. As you can see, they just die cut like a dream. So if you are new to us or new to your double-sided dies, you will need these 2 plates. You will need them to work with the double-sided dies, but the 2 cutting plates you will have if you already have the Gemini Junior or the large Gemini. So let's then just pop these ones to the side. Let's take this bit out, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pop all of these out. So this one here is a bit less detail. So the yellow layer, because that's a lot finer, then that is going to kind of create the detailed of the actual tulip. This one here, well, you could do it with either or, but this one here with the yellow, if I pop a bit of black card, what you could do, what Joe was on about earlier on, about the glossy accents, so you could stick this layer here onto a bit of acetate, and then if you were to come along with your Collal tacky glue and mix it with a bit of sparkle from either the pens or the pots, and then pop it in between, then it just means when you were to turn over the acetate, you're going to get that nice stained glass look. So it's worthwhile checking that technique out as well.
Susan's let us know, Craig, that fading process is called photo degradation.
Right, okay.
Talking about me knocking things over, Ray Loves just says, he's back, folks. Someone needs another holiday, is what Mariah.
He can wait his turn. He's had one.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be you, Joe, if something didn't fall over, Melissa says. I'm literally becoming the Martin Parker of Crafters TV. It seems Martin Parker, for anyone who's watched Crate and Craft, he is the clumsiest shopping TV presenter that you have ever seen. He wouldn't mind me saying that, I don't think, either. He just knocks everything over all the time. I think Dean would give him a close run for his money, but yeah, Martin's definitely the most clumsy, I'd say.
Yeah, they're a clumsy pair, that's for sure, and Joe's getting very close to it too. So we've now got our two sides all die cut. So we're just going to shout on Brenda again. We're going to bring her back into play. So then I'm just going to
unsung hero of Crafters TV.
Unsung hero, absolutely. And then we're just going to take our permanent, so our stick and stay. So let's just give that a few sharp bursts all the way around the back. Just letting some of that adhesive alcohol just evaporate into the air. I feel like
Brenda might need decorating, you know.
I know, but the thing is she just gets really sticky and dirty.
Yeah, but I'm on the outside. She could be
outside, yeah.
She could be like glitter card, and she could have bows and stuff on her. Maybe we need to sort of do a sort of Brenda decorating competition or something. You know, send us your designs and
that's it, yeah.
Design a Brenda.
Or if you have a spare box at home, then design decorate your own
Brenda.
Brenda, yeah.
What a great idea.
A Brenda Appreciation Day or something. Yeah, it's an idea. Yeah. Get T-shirts made up. I love Brenda. Brenda in a box. Something like that. Anyway, we digress. So what I'm just doing is I'm just popping.
I don't know why this is really tickling me, Craig. It's really making me laugh.
So what I'm just doing is we're just sliding them just into place. Then what I'm just going to do, again, I need to shout on her again. Let's bring her back in, and then we're just going to just add some adhesive just onto the back, and then I'm going to bring in some black card. And let's just wait just a second, and then we're just going to stick that onto the black card, and I'm just going to line that up because I'm going to cut into it, but it just means that we don't have to cut round to the edges. So then let's just place that into place. If you've got your guillotine, then of course you can be using that. Let's just take the scissors. So I'm just going to just snip that off just to make it easier.
Could you, if you wanted to, Craig, could you cut multiple layers of, like, I'm thinking 3 or 4 layers at the top and 3 or 4 layers at the bottom, and then put those together so you'd end up with like a solid piece almost? I'm just thinking what you'd use that for then, which I can't really think, but...
What you could do is, let's take the yellow layer for example. So if you were to do exactly what Joe just said, if you were to die cut that, you know, maybe 2 and then maybe even 3 times, layer it all up, then why not use that as your homemade embossing folder? Pop that through your Gemini with another bit of cardstock, and then obviously the sandwich as if you are actually embossing a die with your rubber embossing mat. Then because that's quite thick, you've got 2-3 layers, then that just means that it's going to emboss all that detail. If you're unsure exactly what we mean, what I will do is, it's actually quite an interesting technique. So if I don't manage to get it done live on any of the upcoming shows, what I'll do is a wee video just to show you how you can do multiple layers of your window dies and then use them as something to emboss with. So we will do that.
Oh, fantastic.
So let's just quickly pop these layers all the way around. So I've just got some white and yellow. Again, these are just from our 8x8 texture paper pad, but of course it will just work perfectly with the Centura Pearl too. So let's just pop this into place. So that black really finishes it off into the background. Nothing stopping you from coming along with your clear overlay sparkle pens from Masterclass earlier on and giving that a bit of a black sparkle. So if I show you this one that we've just finished off just there, so that you can see. And then all that I've just done with this one, added a sentiment just onto a white card blank. And then there we go. So it really is quite substantial in the difference from what we made earlier.
Absolutely beautiful though, still all the same. Really playing around those colourways as well. You'll get lots of lovely different effects with them, which is brilliant. Right, I'll tell you what I need to do is give you a bit of a recap time on some of the stuff that you've seen in this Creative Cravings show. It's been very, very busy thus far. I know there's been loads squeezed in. So let's take a mobile phone sticky notes time and have a recap on everything you've seen. So the Christmas sentiments, firstly, is what we started with, those quirky sentiments. These have been very, very busy. This is another one as well, whereas as time goes by, the collections you'll notice are getting smaller with these quirky sentiments because, of course, we will end up with ones that sell out, so we will lose them, and we're not going to restock now this side of the festive season. So if you've seen them before and you really, really like them and you want to get the biggest set possible, now is definitely the time that you need to grab those. £21 or $29 if you want to grab hold of those. Very busy on that Centura Pearl Essentials collection. 5 individual colour packs is what you're getting here, 50 sheets in total. So you're going to get the cherry, the fuchsia, you've got the yellow in there, the black and the Christmas green as well. £11 or $16 gets you all 5 of those. You've then got the Essential Sentiment stamps available to you. Now these are great, you only pay for 7 here, but we send you 11, which is brilliant. So great value. And again, really versatile. We talked earlier about using these for home decor projects or things like your box frames. Of course, we're gonna make great tags and postcards and of course regular card projects too. $17.43 or $20.65 if you want to go for those ones. Up next as well, we've got the Spectrum Sparkle Pen 24-piece collection. In here, you're going to get the Floral Garden collection, Nature Trail collection, the Coastal Cottage collection, and you've got Spring Summer in there with those as well. Our glitter pens, our sparkle pens, sorry, I should say, always so incredibly popular whenever we bring them to you. With this configuration, you pay for 3, we send you 4. Really, really great deal there. Don't miss out on those. We also bought you the Gemini Dimensionals decorative boxes. Very, very busy here. So within this collection, you've actually got 4 of the box dies within there, which is fantastic. So you've got your milk box, milk carton, your picnic box and your infinity box. Then you've also got your lovely decorating dies. So the Home Sweet Home one you got included, that's what goes with the picnic die. You've got the magical unicorns. If you want to get that, you won't have a chance to get that in the US. Got no plans to release that over on HSN. And then for the infinity box, you've got the sweet cupcake and your special day in there as well. £80 or $96 if you want to go for that. You've got a great saving there. You're saving what, £44 in the UK or $53 in the US. Really big saving on something that we've only launched very, very recently. So do snap those up. Now that hero tool is brilliant. It is your craft mat, which is fantastic just for saving your work surface. You're also going to get the square blending tools in there, and you're going to get the round blending tools as well, and then you get the refills also for the round, for the square one, sorry, as well. So you get all of that included. Great price there, £15 or $20 if you want to go for those ones. Now, also still very busy on the everyday stamps that we brought to you. These are fantastic. So in here, I'll just quickly whiz you through what you've got. It's the little things, which is this one here. You will be exactly happy as you decide, is that one there. You've got inhale confidence, exhale doubt. Go make a, go make a fairy tale and go live in it. The best antiques are old friends, which is this one just here. Remember, as far as anyone knows, we are a nice, normal family. I bet there's a lot of families out there who use that, who've said that over the years. When you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. You got this. I love that one. Very simple and straightforward. Lovely brush lettering font on there. You've also got then the best way out is always through, isn't it just? To the world, you are a mother, but to your family, you are the world. You can also interchange that one with the word father as well. And then this one here says, you don't have to be perfect to be beautiful. I just think they're really, really lovely. Slightly inspirational, quite quirky as well. Let me show you some of the projects that have been made up using these too. This one here, I love this one. It's got a beautiful frame on it. It's kind of like an aperture, but then it's been done as a topper, which I think is a really great idea. You don't have to be perfect to be beautiful, is what that one there says. This one just here says, yes, remember, as far as everyone knows, we're a nice, normal family. And I picked this one out again just because I really love the colourway and the background with a resist and that ribbon. I think it all looks beautiful and ties together. Go make a fairy tale and go live in it. All of those, $17.43 or $20.65. You pay for 7, we send you 11. So again, really, really good value if you want to go there for those ones. Any last questions that you might have, now is a great chance to get them in. There's only about sort of 15, 20 minutes left on this show, so definitely get them in. Mariah's saying she loves the sparkle pens. They are great, really fun to work with. Susan says, Joe, I've sent you a picture of the prototype for the Brenda Fan Club t-shirt. Now there's a lot. Now that's a lot to unpack in that message right there. So we just say that again. Joe, I sent you a picture of the prototype for the Brenda Fan Club t-shirt. Well, we'll have a look. Maybe we can dig that out and show it before the end of the show. Lots of people looking forward to the shows tomorrow as well. And lots of you talking about what you're up to and crafty as well. Yeah, remember, any last questions you've got, get them in now over on Facebook and I'll pop them across to Craig. Right, Craig, what's next?
Rightio, so we're going to go back to kind of like the essential quirky sentiments. I say quirky because I find some of them are. However, in this one, we're going to use You Got This, a really nice inspirational stamp. So this is the stamp there. I've already got it up on my stamping platform. So I've got just a bit of our watercolour card. So let's just pop that on and then let's bring in our stamp. Now I found our small stamping mat just when I wasn't looking for it. So we've got that one now. So let's just pop this one into place. So all that I'm just going to do, I've just used our translucent clear watermark. So we've just used that one just there. And I've got a bit of gold embossing powder just to the side of me. So let's just press that into place. So if we press that on and then remove that, I'm going to bring in our gold embossing powder. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of this on just into the middle, like that. Then I'm just going to bring in just a bit of cardstock that I've got here. And we're going to just take off that excess. I'm just going to give that just a wee bit of a shake, let's take some of that excess off. Then any bits where you find you've still got just a bit of your gold embossing powder, just sticking around, we can find, just about dropping my brush there. So there we go, just taking away some of that powder, that's just the excess, just about, just get rid of that, but there we go. So then what I'm going to do, let me just pop this powder just back into the bag before I forget and spill it everywhere. So let's move our mat out the way as well, and then we've got our heat gun ready to go. So we're just going to heat that up so we can add some colour afterwards. So what I'm just doing is I'm holding our heat gun in place at a certain area. So I'm just holding it at the top of the Y, which is there, the top of the Y, and as I see that colour start to melt and get more intense, then I'm moving the heat gun to the side. So I'm now onto the top of the T, and as that starts to melt, I'm just moving it. And once it starts to melt, the whole lot starts to melt really quick. So there we go, that's all that we need to do. That's now melted, and that also means that it's created a bit of a resist. So what I'm then just going to do, move in, well, I'm keeping that one, I'm going to move that out the way. I'm going to bring in a few sparkle pens. So I've taken 3 from the Cottage Breeze collection that we've also got on. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to just add a very light bit of water. I've got some water in a paintbrush just to the side. So just a light bit of water just over the top. Then all that I'm just going to do is let's take sea spray, and I'm just going to just add just a few bits actually on top of the embossing. Because that's started to create a bit of a resist, it's just kind of pulling towards the side. So
with
let's
the
just add.
sparkle pens, Craig, once they've dried, can you go back in with water again and move them around again? Or if they dry, do they kind of set then and they're done?
Well, you can still go along. A lot of the time they will dry and set to a certain point.
Right.
You can still at some stages go along and, you know, if you were to add some extra bits of water, if you spritz any water on or anything like that, you can sometimes find that you'll still get a bit of a resist effect. I do find that it does kind of, you know, if you let that dry, if you've made it once and then a couple of weeks later you would try, sometimes it does set, but then you've still got a chance of moving some of it. Have a wee bit of a shot if you want. Maybe you've made it, sometimes you make something, you're unsure of how it actually looks, so you set it to the side and you come back to it another day or the next week or that. Give it a shot and see what you can come up with. So I've just got our spritz tool, and then all that I'm just doing is I'm just giving it a light spritz, and then I'm just going to keep doing that, and then where it started to pull on top of the embossing, I'm just going to keep going, and I'm just going to keep going for it to really start to just separate over the page. So you can see where it's pulling away from your wording. Now you can then even just start to create your own effects. You can start to move it all the way around. You can leave it like so, you can let it just run off your cardstock. Just have a bit of fun, see what then you can then create. Then what you could do, of course, is leave it to dry at room temperature, and it will then start to dry flat. If you do obviously use a heat tool, do be careful, because then the chances are you're going to remelt your embossing, which you don't want to do. But if you do a light bit of the heat tool, it will dry, but then it'll also start to just buckle, so you will just need to weigh it down. Another thing that you can do, if you find that you want it a bit more subtle, with even a bit more texture, you can just go over, just with a bit of a kitchen roll. It will start to take up some of the colour, but then it starts to just dilute it slightly. And then depending on which brand of kitchen roll that you've got, if it's got real texture or pattern to it, you can sometimes find that that pattern and texture actually transfers through onto your cardstock. So I'm just lightly just taking some of that excess off. So you get a very muted pastel effect within this one. So then what I'm just going to do, just dab around the letters, just picking up any of that excess ink that's left sitting onto your ink pad. Then let's just bring in our heat tool. I am going to do it at a bit of a height. I don't want to do it really close because I don't want to remelt that embossing powder. And I'm not going to completely dry it because that will just take a wee bit of time, but at least it just dries it enough. because again, what I've got one to the side of me where I really went in quite heavy-handed with the same sparkle pens, and you've got a real strong colour coming through. So if I bring this one in, that we can see, so where in that one that I just showed you there, I start to take off some of the colour with my kitchen roll. I've left the colour on just in selected areas and just left it like that. I've just taken a fine liner. I don't think I've got one to hand here, which I don't, but just freehand, just right across. I don't even think about it. Start at one end and just drive along to the other end. Don't think about it, or you'll see, oh, it's too straight, it's too wonky. Just go for it. That's the best advice I can give you. So if I bring this one back in, you can see the difference between the two, a real bright one and a very, very muted one. And that is from the same 3 sparkle pens.
And which ones were they, Craig?
Cottage Breeze. So within that one, it was your cornflower blue.
It's catching, Craig.
Catching, and pistachio as well.
Beautiful.
So 2 different looks from the same 3 pens. So then let's just bring in our card blank. We're going to use the one that I've already
Do you know what I've never understood, Craig?
What's that?
Why do we call cornflower blue? It's a blue, but cornflower is not blue, it's white.
I don't know, actually.
Isn't that strange why we call it cornflower blue? There must be a reason.
There must be a reason.
Sure, someone let me know in the comments.
There must be a reason. Then to just pull that, you've got this with the gold embossing. I've just brought it. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad it's getting to the end of the day. Now I'm catching it now. So to pull your eye from that gold embossing, I'm then bringing in some gold matte cardstock. You can use mirror card, but I like how the actual matte card just dilutes it slightly. So then just popping our tape runner all the way around. I'm going to pop that one on as well. Again, quite a simple card, but it's really effective because your eye is drawn in to your wording that you've done the heat embossing on, as well as the coloured background. Let's just pop this onto our card blank. We're going to pop that there, and we're going to leave it just like that. That's all that you need, not much, but that is the finished card that we've just done there. But equally, what we could have done is we could have used the layer that we've just done there, but it lets you see same 3 colours, but you can get 2 different looks depending on how heavy-handed that you actually are.
Absolutely, you can. Do you want me just to whiz through what you're getting again in there? Because you get a lot for the price. Well, remember, you're only paying for 7, and we're sending you 11 of these, which is fantastic. So you've got, it's the little things in life, which is this one just here. You've also then got as well this one, which says, you will be exactly as happy as you decide to be. You've got this one, which is inhale confidence, exhale doubt. You've got go make a fairy tale and then live in it. The best antiques are old friends. Remember, as far as everyone knows, we are a nice, normal family. I think that one will be getting a lot of use. When you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. You got this as well. You've then got the best way out is always through. Definitely, that's my motto for a trifle, that always. To the world you are, but to your family you are the world. And then you've got the interchangeable mother and father there with that one as well, which is brilliant. So if you want to get all of those, change those details there on the screen for you. 1743 2065. You pay for 7, we send you 11, which is fantastic. So don't miss out on those. Loads you're going to be able to do with them. Loads of techniques, of course, as there always is for all of the different stamps we bring to you, whether they are rubber stamps, acrylic stamps, photopolymer. So much you can do with all of those. Right, I'm going to run you through some cardstock. This cardstock deal has been super, super busy, and I'm not surprised because you've got lots of your most favourite colours within here. So you've got the cherry, you've also got the fuchsia, there's the Christmas green, you've got the black, you've got the canary, and of course background to the cherry again there as well. So you get all of those colours in there, which is fantastic. A really great variation of colour there for you. £11 or $16. You can multi-order those if you want to. Would go great actually with those double-sided window dies that we've been bringing to you in this show. Would be the perfect complement to go with those. And you've got a quarter off of those, which is brilliant. Right, let me share with you those Christmas quirky sentiments. That is where we are going to go back to now. These are fantastic because I just think you're going to get loads of use out of them, especially if you're making smaller cards that you want to sell. You know, like if you're making cards for, I don't know, teachers or, you know, acquaintances, not like family cards, but just small cards that you want to make. You haven't really got to do much of these. Card blank, pop this on, a bit of a mat and layer, and you're pretty much done and good to go. That one's Merry Christmas. This one here is your Naughty is the New Nice. Some of these you've got 2 in as well. Keep calm and get your ho 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 on being one of them. I'm Santa's favourite is the other one that you've got in here. You've also got It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas Everywhere You Go, which is the one with the snow globe. I think that would make a lovely shaker card. The next thing you've got in here is Some Things Are Worth Melting For. The snowman, not the penguin, as I incorrectly identified him as earlier. You've then got, it's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who gathers around it. The next one we've got is Sorry, Santa, but Naughty Feels So Nice. Is that one there? Sweet but Twisted. Does that make me a candy cane? That's what this one says. And then also you've got Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle. Absolutely not. Do not get your tinsel tangled up this Christmas. £21, $29 if you want to go for all of those. You're saving a fifth on them, which is fantastic. So really, really great value there for you to get a complete collection as well. Do you want to see some of the projects that have been made up using these? So you've got a lovely shaker card, which is this one just here. So you've got Merry Christmas. You've also got Naughty is the New Nice, which is that one there. I love it how that's been done with a little sort of notepad and paper. Keep calm and get your ho 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 on. Also using multiples of these as well. Maybe you want to go for the drawing gum that we had in the earlier show and you want to use that and you could really make some great scenes with these. I'm Santa's favourite. This is this one here. It's been done with some lovely flowers. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. This has been done with one of our double-sided creator cards. I think that's really, really lovely. Some Things Are Worth Melting For. Done a round card. Don't see a huge amount of round cards, to be fair. I love that. It's kind of like a semi-twisted easel, which is fantastic. It's not what's under the tree, but it's who gathers around it. Is that one just there? Done with some of our peekaboos poking back towards that Christmas tree. This one here is Sorry Santa, but Naughty Just Feels So Nice. This is that one with that envelope being opened. Sweet but Twisted. Does that make me a candy cane? This done with some of the crafty fun elements just there. And then finally, Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Twist. Is the next one that you've got just there. Why do I think it's twist? Why can't I get it right?
I don't know. Why
I don't know what it's like.
Don't get your tinsel in a tangle.
My mum's couldn't say millennium, which was quite funny for the whole year. Well, like from 1999 till 2001. Imagine that was a thing. Just what was it she used to say? Millennium. She couldn't say it. And then we went to the Millennium Dome. Well, that was a whole day of fun we had on that day out. It was absolutely fantastic. If you want to go for all of those, £21, $29 if you want to grab them. Gosh, it doesn't seem like that long ago. It's odd that that's 20 years ago. Did you go to the Millennium Dome, Craig? It was was it called? Was it the Millennium Experience? Do you ever recall it?
I've been to the Millennium Dome, to the arena part.
Yeah.
I've been in there, so it's quite nice. But I was never actually in it as of when it opened around the Millennium, just into the arena and the food court. But
so it opened and it was this really strange exhibition filled with like it was a bit like oddly naff really, but it was kind of full of like nothingness. It was quite fabulous in a really kind of naff kind of way. Yeah, right, there's so much coming up tomorrow. Craig, massive thank you. We'll see, we'll be together again, won't we, on Thursday for Cartload.
Yes.
Any sneaky peeks you got for us about tomorrow night?
If you want a nice big selection of different stuff, if you like either is your stamping, we've got that. If you like your embossing, we've got that. If you like your die cutting, we've got that. We really do have a good selection of different products throughout Cartload. Keep an eye on my Instagram, on my Insta stories. We'll be doing sneak peeks as well, but of course on my Facebook, both of which are Craig Laird CC, and I am giving 2 of my cards away today, one on my Facebook and one on my Instagram.
Ooh, make sure you pop over to Craig's social media for that. Right, tomorrow there's another special day. We need more pictures tomorrow. It's all about the things you love tomorrow. So we're going to be talking about foods you love, holiday destinations you love. There's going to be loads going on tomorrow. Favourite colour, favourite drink. And then send a picture as well. It's also Get to Know Your Customer Day tomorrow, so that's why we're asking you about all of your favourite things. There will be vouchers to be given away as well. I'll be giving away some vouchers. There's also, as well, something very special happening tomorrow for Club Inspire members. I can't say any more. My lips are sealed, all the details will be coming up in the morning when I'm here with Leanne for launch day, my first launch day, and then back a little later with Craig for Cartload. So I'll see you back here in the morning. If you're in the US, have a great day. If you're here in the UK, enjoy your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.